What if I told you that some wives not only know about their husbands' visits to professional companions, they actually support it? Not angrily, not begrudgingly, but with something far more confusing to most people: calm understanding. It sounds like a scandal, or maybe a therapy session gone terribly wrong. But after working in this industry for over a decade, legally, mind you, I've learned something most people outside of it never do. Some relationships survive, not in spite of this arrangement, but because of it. We grow up being fed this very polished, very sparkly lie. If you're good enough, loving enough, and loyal enough, you'll be all they ever need. But real-life relationships, they're messier. Think more IKEA instruction manual, less Disney soundtrack. Some people, especially after years of marriage, kids, career burnout, and exactly zero alone time, realize that being everything to one person is a one-way ticket to mutual resentment. And oddly enough, that's where I come in. There was this man, let's call him Greg, mid-50s, friendly face, the kind of guy who still says golly without irony. He booked a session like any other. Pleasant, polite, kept his shoes on, which I appreciated. 3 months in, he arrived with the look of a teenager caught sneaking a cigarette. Nervous, red ears, zero eye contact. "She knows," he said. I paused. "Your wife?" He nodded. Found a receipt. I left it in the glove compartment, like an idiot. I braced myself for the inevitable. The dramatic breakup, the teary phone call, the apology I never asked for. But no. "She asked if you were kind," he added, "and if I felt safe." Wait, what? As it turns out, Natalie wasn't some doormat or clueless housewife. She was sharp, self-aware, tired, yes, but not defeated. Greg later told me, she said she's too old to be jealous, and too smart to pretend she can meet needs she doesn't even feel herself anymore. There was no affair, no manipulation, no lies beyond that tiny crumpled receipt. Just a woman who decided her marriage wasn't worth burning down over something that, in her own words, wasn't personal. But of course, things don't stay tidy. One day, Greg told me he wanted to stop. Not because Natalie asked, she didn't, but because he started confusing comfort with guilt. "I feel like I'm cheating, even though she said it's okay." I offered him tea, peppermint, because if there's one thing this job teaches you, it's that peppermint tea solves more than people think. We sat in silence. Then he said, "She gave me freedom, and I don't know what to do with it." Greg did take a break. For 6 months, he didn't book anyone. He and Natalie started walking together in the evenings, quietly, like old friends. Then one day, he came back. He didn't explain. He didn't have to. Sometimes people return to what makes them feel understood, even if society insists they shouldn't. So, why do some wives accept this arrangement? Here are the 5 reasons I've seen the most. Not from tabloids, but from real life. 1. They're tired of being the emotional manager of the household. 2. They understand that desire and betrayal are not the same thing. 3. They prefer honesty over secrecy. 4. They want peace, not perfection. 5. They're confident enough to know their worth doesn't depend on controlling everything. It's not a fantasy. But maybe it's something better. A version of love built on truth, even if that truth is awkward, unconventional, and a little hard to explain at dinner parties. We talk so much about loyalty, but rarely about what kind of loyalty we really want. Is it the performative kind? Perfect on the outside, crumbling in silence? Or is it something more honest? The kind that admits, I can't be everything for you, but I still want to walk this life with you. If that's not love, I don't know what is. If this story made you rethink what love can look like, or made you laugh at how complicated it gets, don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, what's the most unexpected thing you've ever learned about long-term relationships? I'd love to hear your side of the story. See you in the next one.